Look at it, bullets in the air.
A hoverboard is coming to Fortnite Battle Royale. This is not a joke. This is not a leak. This is not clickbait. If you go into Fortnite Battle Royale right now and you go into the news section, you will see there is a new Driftboard vehicle coming into Fortnite Battle Royale. This item has been in single player. It's been teased in Fortnite Battle Royale for months now. Even going as far back as like nearly a year ago, I made videos on this, talking about this, about how this was going to be a feature, or might be a feature due to leaks and people speculating that this item was going to be added into the game, and it is now a thing. Recently, very recently in fact, on the day of this recording, you can see that it's coming soon. We don't know when. We don't know in what fashion or how it's going to drop, but we do know that one is coming, a driftboard or a hoverboard. Now, as you can see by the image on screen right now, you can see two pads, two yellow pads, where I assume you plant your feet, and that is how you ride. There are no wheels under this. There is no tracks or anything. This is a pure hoverboard. It's a driftboard. Now, it's not called a hoverboard. It's called a driftboard. So, my guess is this new hoverboard will allow you to drift in a similar fashion to how you can drift in the golf carts in-game. If you get into a golf cart and you hold space and then you like rotate A or D or the directional sticks on console, you will start to drift in either direction, left or right, and you'll start to like go around stuff as if you were drifting like, you know, the Fast and Furious films. So maybe there's a similar way that you can do that with this board. Now, it kind of resembles not a skateboard, but a snowboard, which would make a lot of sense because of Fortnite Season 7. Fortnite Season 7 introduced the new snowy sections of the map, Polar Peak, the massive iceberg, all of the snow around the area, the different zip lines to different places, you know, the planes and everything. So what else, along with that, is associated with snow? Skiing and snowboarding. So this is exactly what I think this is. It's going to be an item that complements Season 7, and it's something that we've seen even before the release of Season 7, teased in these couple of images. We can see people riding vehicles similar to this, so it's not a thing that Fortnite have put into these images as a coincidence to kind of tie everything in like, oh, here's some snow, here's some little sports and activities associated with snow. No, they're bringing in an actual hoverboard. Now, how this is going to work, we have no idea. Whether it's going to be an out-in-the-world vehicle like we currently have, like how you can find the planes out in the open near the airfield in the snowy section of the map, or, you know, golf carts near the racing track and in Salty Springs and a bunch of other places on the map. There's some quad crashers. I don't know whether this is going to be a drop, like you open a chest or you pick it up, because recently, stuff that you've been able to get into and operate has changed. Before, it was out in the world with the golf carts and the planes and the quad crashers, and then they added in the auto turrets, which you pick up, you know, out in the world on your travels. You don't find them and get in them. You can pick them up, take them with you, and place them down wherever you want, and get in them and operate. So we don't yet know in what fashion these are going to drop, whether they're going to be in a dedicated snowboard section of the map. I would assume if that was the case, they would be on top of a mountain or a hill, and you would mount the snowboard on top of the mountain and ride it down, and that's how it would work. There would be like 4 or 5 of them in a line spread throughout the map. Or they could be, you know, world drops, you know, out in the open. You would just come across them wherever you are in the map, or you might open a chest and get one. And by looking at this image, it's got a purple background, and that doesn't always mean that it's that rarity of a drop, because if you don't know, the drops in Fortnite are grey for common, green for uncommon, blue for rare, purple for very rare or epic, and orange for legendary. So we don't know if this background correlates to the rarity of this driftboard. I would really like it if this wasn't a common drop or as common as others, because with the addition of the golf carts and the quad crashers and now the planes especially, you can get around the map very, very quickly. There are a lot of people in a lot of these vehicles a lot of the time in games, and they can move around and they can run you over and get away from you very easily. So with the addition of this new driftboard, I really don't want them to make this an abundant item that you can pick up that everyone can use, because then literally the entire lobby will be filled with people on hoverboards. I mean, to be fair, that on its own is pretty cool. Maybe they can bring out an LTM, like a limited time mode for these drift boards, where, you know, in every chest there's guaranteed to be at least one or something, so everyone can ride them. And another thing about these drift boards, I would like to know what you can do once you're on them. In-game currently, there are a couple of things you can do with the vehicles. In the plane, you can press space to boost your speed while you're in the air. On the quad crashes, you can press space to boost yourself again. On the golf carts, you can drift, and then when you come out the drift, you get a little bit of a speed boost. So on this, is there going to be something like that? Are you going to be able to drift around corners? Are you going to be able to give yourself a boost? And another thing is, are you going to be able to shoot while on this? Because obviously it's your feet that go on the board, not your hands, so your hands would be free, allowing you to use your weapons and equipment. And another thing with this, if you are allowed to use your guns and you are allowed to do stuff with your hands while you're on the hoverboard, are you allowed to build? Can you go forward on the drift board and ride and then start building stuff like ramps and builds and structures and everything? Because that would be something really, really cool that would change, you know, the meta of the game, how people get about. There'd be people rolling around on the map in these drift boards, using their guns, using their builds, being very, very fast and unpredictable and hard to hit, because obviously anything else that isn't walking, that's a vehicle, is faster than running in the game. And another thing with these, taking into account that they are hoverboards, how high do they hover above the ground? Is it going to be very low, like maybe a couple of centimeters? Is it going to be like a, you know, like a meter high? Like, what sort of stuff are you going to be able to go over without being obstructed by? Like, are you going to be able to go through fences? Are you going to be able to, you know, roll over bushes and everything without being caught by them? We don't know as of yet how they're going to operate. I would really like it if they added in something similar to what a game I play called Warframe did when they added in hoverboards. And you can do tricks on these hoverboards in this game. You can do like jumps and flips and stuff. Will they add that option in for Fortnite? Can you say, for example, press space to give you a boost, but if you hold down space and hold it down for a bit, there might be a little charge meter that pops up on screen, and when you let it go, you do like a bit of a jump in the air, like it gives you a boost in the air, like a jump, and maybe you can do, you know, some kick flips as you would on a skateboard, or some spins and all this other stuff, just to give the board a little bit, you know, more flair and make it more interesting. Because with the planes, not only can you fly the planes, but you can do like corkscrews, you can do all sorts of different tricks with the planes. It's not just a thing that you get in and fly. There's a little bit of flair, there's a little bit of trickery going on that you can mess around with. So I'm wondering if they'll introduce that with these new drift boards. You know, maybe if you jump in the air and you press your crouch button, you do a little bit of a trick, you do like a, you know, a spin or a flip or a kick flip or something. So I'd love to see that kind of thing added into the game. And I assume with these new drift boards there will be challenges related to them, and there's probably going to be a limited time mode where everyone can get them. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I cannot wait. I've been waiting for this for months. I made a video on it months ago and it never got introduced, and now we're getting it in this kind of hoverboard, snowboard type thing. So I'm really excited for it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, and with that, my name has been Sleek Ozzy, and I will see each and every one of you in my next video. Goodbye, guys.